All right, we're going to be making this dagger. For this, you're going to need 2 of these, the bamboo, you're going to need the belt loop, this is the decorative parts right here and here, and then the 2 little scabbard pieces with the decorative element for that front side. Okay? First, we're going to do the foundation. I want to put these other pieces aside. So first what we're going to do is bend the cardboard so that the bamboo can sit inside of the fold and be the strength of the dagger. So just going to bend it like this. You can put a couple fingers in there, and then a couple fingers on here, and then crease it like that. Okay? There you go. You can also put it down and then use the surface of the table to crease it like that. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch around the outside edge, just like that, to crush the fluting. And that's going to give it a nice transition from the double ply to a nice tight edge. Okay, so now let's put this bamboo in here. You want it to be a distance away from the tip so that it won't poke through, and so that you can also pinch the 2 pieces of the tip of the dagger together and still have it be a nice point. If it's too far up, it'll go like, and it'll be a kind of a chunky tip. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to add this piece on here. Make sure that this score is on the outside of the dagger, okay? Now, I'm going to line up the 2 shapes. I'm going to put a piece of tape on one side without taping it together yet. Pinch it, and then fold it over. Okay? So that's really nice and tight. Alright? I'm going to do that on the other side too. So now I want to do that around the entire edge. You don't have to pinch these parts here or this part down here. Okay? I'm just going to do that around the edge of the blade and the handle. There is going to be a little gap right here. You can fill that with cardboard if you want to. I just tape over it. All right, taped. Okay, let's add these decorative parts. This is going to go there, that's going to go there. Just crunch this a little bit. If this totally comes apart like that, that's fine. Basically, this top cut, the score is to alleviate pressure when you fold it open like that. The better definition you make sure to capture now, the better it's going to be able to be defined when you're paper macheing it. And add this piece. So I'm going to crunch these bits a little bit right here. All right, and I'm going to add that on there. All right, so now I'm going to do that on the other side. All right, there you go. So the dagger is done-ish. I would recommend going in and making sure this is really secure with tape, and then macheing it. You can mache it and then shellac it if you want to as well. So now, let's do the scabbard. So we're going to need these 2 parts. I'm going to bend them on the scores so that the scores are facing out. Crease it. And then we go. You can even bend it a little bit more too. Really curve it. And then this piece, that's one side. There you go. Now I'm going to pinch these edges here. Okay. So that's going to sit in there. This is going to line up here. And then what we want to do is tape the sides first. You can kind of like push this down, and that'll span open the scabbard a bit. Okay, kind of give it some tension. You want to do that on the other side too. You can push this down a little, and then do that. Okay. All right. Now, it feels pretty good. Now here's the tricky part. We want to make sure that we don't make this too tight around the dagger, because when you paper mache it, it's not going to want to allow for the dagger to fit in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little spacer down in here, okay? And that's this shape. And that's going to help alleviate pressure on the scabbard. So that sits right there. And I'm just going to tape it over the edge like that. So that's going to fit right in there, right in the bottom. All right. Okay, so now let's add the decoration. I'm going to fold those scores like that. And then put it right on there. Looks good. Okay, now I'm going to add the belt loop. So depending on how you want to hold your dagger, that's how you're going to attach your loop. That's also how you're going to fold it. So if I'm going to make it like this, where it's attached to my left hip, and I'm probably going to be drawing it either with my left hand stab motion style, or right hand cross draw, then I'm going to want to have it like this with this part folded over. If I want it on the other side, my right hand, so I can draw it with my left. This is going to be on my right hip, so I can draw it, you know, with my left hand. Then I'm going to want to reverse this so that it's like that, and then this folds over there. Okay. You could also decide to attach this on the inside of your shield. That's a popular place to put it. You could, you know, kind of put it aside like that. And then what I would suggest doing is making sure that this is a tighter fit. You could also, you know, have this so that it's actually incorporated into the shield. So maybe you build it into your structure. I don't know. You can go crazy with it. Maybe it's like this, and it's like attached down here, and then you're like, ah, and all that. Okay, that's up to you. For this one, I'm actually going to fold it and attach it so that it is going to be on my right hip. So you're going to start by crunching the cardboard in like this. And then I'm going to reinforce this part with tape. crush this part. Okay, I'm going to fold this over like that. Now, I'm going to crunch this so that it kind of follows the curve of the back. And I'm going to fold this over to that little cut right there. Put an initial piece of tape on there. And make sure that it's got a loop. It's not just whoosh, flat. And attach this onto here. First I'm going to put this in there. Just make sure that, you know, this doesn't knock into the dagger. Yep, that's where I like it. I'm going to attach that part down here. Boom. You are done. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good job.